I'm going to show you exactly how to identify genuine rubies, sapphires, and other precious gems right in their natural state, even when they look nothing like the polished stones you see in jewelry stores. In the next 30 minutes, you'll learn the 3 telltale signs that separate million-dollar gems from worthless red rocks, the specific geological formations where these treasures hide, and the simple $5 home test that confirms whether your find is real or fake. Before you start your search, there are critical mistakes that cause 90% of beginners to walk right past valuable stones. I've spent 15 years prospecting, and I'm about to share the insider techniques that professional gem hunters use to consistently find stones worth hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars. But before we dive in, if you're serious about finding rubies, sapphires, and other precious stones, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon, because I share advanced prospecting techniques every week that most hunters never learn. Alright, good luck gem hunters. Foundation section. Here's what most people don't understand about finding precious gems in nature. You're not looking for sparkling jewelry store perfect stones lying on the ground waiting to be picked up. That's Hollywood fantasy, and it's cost countless prospectors their chance at real discoveries. The truth is, rubies and sapphires in their natural state often look like dull, weathered rocks. They're frequently covered in matrix material, embedded in host rock, or so worn by erosion they appear completely unremarkable to untrained eyes. I've seen beginners walk right past $2,000 ruby crystals because they were expecting something that looked like jewelry. Unlike diamonds, which can occasionally show their brilliance even in rough form under the right conditions, colored gemstones like rubies, emeralds, and sapphires rarely display their true beauty until they're cleaned and properly examined. This is both the challenge and the opportunity, because while most people miss them, once you know what to look for, you'll start seeing potential treasures everywhere. But here's where it gets interesting. The same characteristics that make these gems valuable in finished form, their extreme hardness, specific gravity, and crystal structure, are exactly what help them survive geological processes that destroy softer minerals. This means they concentrate in specific, predictable locations where nature has already done the sorting work for you. Professional prospectors understand something crucial. Gem hunting isn't about luck. It's about understanding 3 fundamental principles. First, geological context, knowing where gems form and how they travel. Second, visual recognition, identifying key characteristics even in rough form. Third, systematic validation, confirming your finds through multiple testing methods. The reality check most beginners need? Finding gem-quality stones requires patience, persistence, and proper knowledge. You might find interesting specimens on your first day out, but discovering truly valuable gems typically takes time and repeated visits to promising locations. However, and this is important, it's absolutely possible for dedicated amateurs to make significant finds. The geological processes that create precious gems are surprisingly limited and well documented. This means we can predict with reasonable accuracy where these stones are most likely to be found. We're not searching randomly. We're targeting specific geological environments where conditions were perfect for gem formation millions of years ago. What I'm about to teach you builds on techniques developed by professional miners, adapted for the weekend prospector, working with basic tools and limited budgets. Everything you'll learn today can be implemented immediately with equipment that costs less than a tank of gas. Now, here's where it gets exciting. I'm going to show you exactly what to look for. Visual identification. First, you have to understand that genuine rubies and sapphires have 3 unmistakable characteristics that separate them from worthless lookalikes. And the first one surprises most people. The metallic luster is your primary identification tool. Real corundum. That's the mineral family that includes both rubies and sapphires. Has a distinctive vitreous to adamantine luster when freshly broken or cleaned. It's not quite as brilliant as diamond, but it's definitely more reflective than ordinary rocks. Even weathered specimens show flashes of this luster on fresh crystal faces. But here's what catches beginners off guard: the color variations. Rubies aren't always bright red. They range from pink red to deep burgundy, and sapphires come in every color except red, including yellow, pink, blue, white, and even color-changing varieties. The key isn't the exact color, but the intensity and saturation that comes from chromium and other trace elements. The hardness factor cannot be ignored. At 9 on the Mohs scale, corundum is harder than almost everything you'll encounter in nature, except diamond. This means your specimen should easily scratch steel, glass, and quartz. If a suspected ruby or sapphire can't scratch a steel file, it's not what you think it is. Weight and density provide additional confirmation. These gems are significantly heavier than most minerals of similar size due to their high specific gravity of 3.9 to 4.1. A genuine ruby the size of a marble will feel noticeably heavier than you expect. This density also helps them concentrate in streambeds and alluvial deposits. Crystal form recognition gives you another verification method. Corundum crystals are hexagonal. They form 6-sided prisms with flat basal faces. Even heavily weathered specimens often retain hints of this crystal structure. Look for 6-sided cross-sections or remnants of crystal faces. The transparency test separates gem-quality material from industrial grade. Hold your specimen up to bright light. Gem-quality corundum shows some degree of transparency or translucency, even in rough form. Completely opaque specimens might still be corundum, but they're typically not gem grade. But knowing what they look like is only half the battle. The real secret is knowing where to look. Location strategy. Unlike what most people think, you don't find precious gems everywhere. They form under very specific geological conditions, and understanding this gives you a massive advantage over random searchers. Primary deposits form in metamorphic environments where extreme heat and pressure create the perfect conditions for corundum crystallization. These are typically ancient mountain ranges, particularly areas with marble, schist, and gneiss formations. The Appalachian Mountains, parts of Montana, and regions of North Carolina are prime examples of these geological environments. But here's what experienced prospectors know. Secondary deposits are often more productive for amateur hunters. These are places where weathering has broken gems free from their host rock and concentrated them naturally. Alluvial deposits in streams and rivers downstream from primary sources are gold mines for gem hunters. The same forces that concentrate gold also concentrate heavy, durable gems like rubies and sapphires. Look for areas where streams change velocity, inside bends, behind large boulders, and in natural riffles where heavier materials settle. Hillside erosion zones below known gem-bearing formations offer excellent opportunities. Gravity and weather work together to bring gems down from their original locations. Pay special attention to gullies, washes, and areas where recent erosion has exposed fresh material. The indicator mineral strategy separates successful prospectors from weekend hikers. Certain minerals typically occur alongside gem corundum. Magnetite, hematite, and ilmenite are common associates. If you're finding these heavy, dark minerals in concentration, you're in a promising area for gems. Mica schist outcrops deserve special attention. This rock type often hosts corundum deposits, and weathered mica schist creates a distinctive sparkly sand that's easy to recognize. When you see this material, slow down and search more carefully. Avoid the common beginner mistake of searching in granite areas. While granite can occasionally host gem minerals, the chemical composition is generally wrong for significant corundum deposits. Focus your time on metamorphic terrains. Accessibility research is crucial before you head out. Many of the best gem locations are on private property or require permits. Research public areas, national forests with mineral collecting allowed, and established fee dig sites. A productive day at a legal location beats getting arrested for trespassing. Now that you know where to look, let me show you the exact methods that consistently produce results. Practical methods. The systematic approach I'm about to show you has helped countless beginners make their first valuable finds. This isn't random rock picking. It's a proven methodology that maximizes your chances while minimizing wasted effort. Your basic toolkit needs only 5 items, and none of them cost more than $20. A small pick or geology hammer for breaking apart samples, a hand lens or magnifying glass for detailed examination, a steel file for hardness testing, a small scale for weight verification, and a spray bottle for cleaning specimens in the field. The grid search method works best for hillside locations. Mark off a 10-foot by 10-foot area and systematically examine every loose rock and piece of float material. Don't rush this process. Valuable gems often look unremarkable at first glance. Spend at least 30 minutes in each grid before moving to the next section. Stream bed prospecting requires different techniques. Start at the downstream end of a promising stretch and work your way upstream. Focus on cracks and crevices in bedrock where heavy materials naturally collect. Use your pick to carefully extract material from these natural traps. The pan and sort method speeds up stream processing. Fill a pan with gravel from a promising location, rinse away mud and light materials, then carefully examine what remains. Gems will be among the heaviest materials left in your pan. Safety considerations are non-negotiable. Always inform someone of your location and expected return time. Carry first aid supplies and more water than you think you need. Be aware of weather conditions and flash flood potential in stream areas. Respect private property and obtain permission before entering any doubtful areas. The cleaning and examination process can make or break your success. Many valuable gems are discarded because they weren't properly cleaned before evaluation. Use your spray bottle to remove dirt and debris. Then examine specimens under good light with magnification. Look for the visual characteristics we discussed earlier. Documentation helps build your knowledge over time. Take photos of interesting specimens with location notes. Record GPS coordinates of productive areas for return visits. Keep a prospecting journal, noting conditions, weather, and results. This information becomes invaluable for planning future expeditions. The "everything goes home" rule protects against field mistakes. Unless you're absolutely certain a specimen has no value, take it home for proper evaluation. I've seen too many beginners discard valuable material in the field because it didn't look impressive in natural light. Timing your expeditions properly increases success rates dramatically. Early morning provides the best light for visual identification. Recent rains expose fresh material and make cleaning easier. Avoid midday heat when possible. You'll make better decisions and work more efficiently in cooler conditions. The systematic sample testing approach I use involves 3 checkpoints. Initial visual assessment eliminates obviously worthless material. Secondary testing with hardness and weight checks confirms potential gems. Final laboratory or professional evaluation determines actual value and treatment potential. Group prospecting has advantages for beginners. Experienced partners provide immediate feedback and prevent costly mistakes. Multiple people can cover more ground efficiently. Safety improves with partners in remote locations. Join local mineral clubs or online communities to find prospecting partners and learn from their experience. But there's something even more important than basic recognition: understanding the subtle signs that separate truly valuable finds from interesting specimens. Advanced recognition techniques. Here's the part that surprises most people. Gem quality corundum can occur in shapes and forms that bear no resemblance to the perfect crystals you see in textbooks. Understanding these variations is what separates successful prospectors from casual rockhounds. Water-worn specimens lose their crystal faces, but retain their essential properties. These rounded, pebble-like stones often show the best gem characteristics because natural tumbling has removed flawed outer layers and revealed the quality core material. Don't dismiss specimens just because they lack crystal faces. Twinned crystals create barrel-shaped or hourglass formations that can be easily overlooked. These complex intergrowths often contain gem-quality material in unexpected orientations. The key recognition feature is alternating zones of different optical properties, visible under magnification. Star, ruby, and sapphire formation requires special understanding. The asterism effect comes from microscopic needle inclusions arranged in specific crystallographic directions. In rough form, these specimens might show only subtle, silky luster or unusual light reflection patterns. The star effect becomes apparent only under proper lighting conditions. Quality assessment in the field requires systematic evaluation of 4 critical factors. Transparency determines cutting potential. Hold specimens to bright light to assess clarity. Color saturation affects value dramatically. Vivid, pure colors command premium prices. Crystal quality shows in uniform color distribution and absence of major fractures. Size considerations matter because larger gems increase exponentially in value. The inclusion identification process separates natural gems from synthetic materials that occasionally appear in old jewelry dumps or industrial sites. Natural corundum contains characteristic inclusions, silk, color zoning, and various mineral inclusions that form distinctive patterns. Synthetic gems often have curved growth lines or bubble inclusions that don't occur in natural stones. Here's the part that surprises most people: the bubble test for synthetic detection. Natural gems contain various inclusions, but synthetic corundum often contains gas bubbles from the manufacturing process. Under strong magnification, these bubbles appear as perfect spheres or curved shapes that never occur in natural stones. The thermal response test provides another verification layer. Natural corundum has high thermal conductivity compared to glass or plastic substitutes. Touch the specimen to your lip. Genuine stones feel noticeably cooler than ambient temperature and stay cool longer than substitutes. This simple test immediately eliminates many common fakes. Quality grading becomes possible once you've confirmed authenticity. Examine your specimens under good light with magnification. Look for the factors that determine cutting potential: clarity, freedom from inclusions, color intensity, size potential, and structural integrity. The photography documentation system helps track your progress and provides records for potential sale or trade. Take photos against consistent backgrounds with size references. Record testing results, location data, and any unusual characteristics. This documentation becomes valuable if you later discover significant specimens. Professional consultation timing depends on your results. Specimens that pass all home tests and show good quality indicators deserve professional evaluation. Contact certified gemologists, local mineral clubs, or established gem dealers for expert assessment. The evaluation cost is minimal compared to potential value. Value estimation guidelines help set realistic expectations. Small gem-quality rubies and sapphires can be worth hundreds of dollars per carat. Larger stones with exceptional characteristics reach thousands per carat. Even industrial-grade material has value for collectors and educational purposes. Success stories from the community demonstrate what's possible. Last year, a member of our local mineral club found a 15-carat star sapphire that evaluated at over $3,000. Another prospector discovered a ruby crystal group worth nearly $1,500 at a North Carolina location we'll be discussing in future videos. The validation checklist ensures you don't miss valuable finds. Does it scratch steel and glass easily? Is the specific gravity between 3.9 to 4.1? Does it show appropriate light transmission? Are inclusions consistent with natural formation? Does it feel appropriately heavy for its size? But this is just the beginning of your gem hunting journey. Market evaluation and monetization strategies. Understanding the commercial aspects of gem hunting transforms hobby collecting into potentially profitable ventures. The market evaluation skills I'm about to share help you recognize when casual finds become serious financial opportunities. Rough gem valuation requires understanding cutting potential and market demand. Size limitations affect value dramatically. Stones under 1 carat have limited commercial appeal, while specimens over 5 carats can command premium prices. Quality factors including clarity, color saturation, and structural integrity determine cutting yield percentages. The treatment assessment process affects value significantly. Natural, unheated rubies and sapphires command 3 to 5 times higher prices than treated stones. Heat treatment signs include altered inclusion appearances, improved clarity zones, and artificial color enhancement. Learning to recognize these signs protects against overvaluation. Market channel understanding opens multiple monetization paths. Direct sales to collectors offer highest margins, but require established reputation and networking. Gem dealers provide quick liquidity, but at wholesale pricing. Auction venues work well for exceptional specimens, but involve fees and uncertainties. Regional market variations create arbitrage opportunities. Certain gem varieties command premium prices in specific geographic markets. Montana sapphires sell better in Western markets, while Appalachian rubies find eager buyers in Eastern regions. Understanding these patterns maximizes return potential. The certification process adds credibility and value to significant finds. Professional gemological evaluation costs $50 to $200 per stone, but can increase value by thousands for exceptional specimens. Certified stones command premium prices and sell more readily than uncertified material. Grading standards from recognized laboratories establish market credibility. GIA, SSEF, and Gubelin certificates carry international recognition. Regional laboratories provide more affordable evaluation for smaller stones while maintaining professional standards. Photography for sales requires specific techniques that highlight gem characteristics. Proper lighting reveals color saturation and clarity. Multiple angles show crystal form and size relationships. Macro photography captures surface details and inclusion patterns buyers expect to evaluate. Digital marketing expands potential buyer networks dramatically. Online auction platforms reach international markets previously inaccessible to amateur sellers. Social media marketing builds reputation and attracts serious collectors. Professional photography and detailed descriptions separate successful sellers from casual attempts. Pricing research prevents undervaluation of significant finds. Recent auction results establish market baselines for similar material. Price guides provide starting points, but may not reflect current market conditions. Multiple appraisals ensure accurate valuation for exceptional specimens. The timing element affects sales success significantly. Market demand fluctuates seasonally with gift-giving periods, showing increased activity. Economic conditions influence luxury purchases, including gem acquisitions. Planning sales timing optimizes return potential. Ethical considerations maintain reputation and ensure continued access to collecting areas. Honest representation of finds builds long-term credibility with buyers. Environmental responsibility preserves collecting locations for future generations. Respect for private property maintains landowner relationships. Partnership opportunities with established dealers provide market access and expertise. Consignment arrangements allow amateur prospectors to access professional marketing channels. Dealer relationships provide ongoing evaluation and purchasing opportunities for regular finds. The insurance and security aspects become important as collection value grows. Proper documentation supports insurance claims and establishes ownership. Secure storage protects against theft and damage. Professional appraisals establish replacement values for insurance purposes. International market awareness opens export opportunities for exceptional finds. Certain gem varieties command premium prices in specific international markets. Export regulations vary by location and stone type. Professional guidance ensures compliance with applicable laws. Investment potential exists for exceptional amateur finds. Rare color varieties, unusually large specimens, and perfectly formed crystals can appreciate significantly over time. Market trends favor natural, unheated stones as synthetic alternatives become more common. The educational value component creates additional monetization opportunities. Teaching workshops, writing articles, and creating educational content leverage accumulated expertise. Speaking engagements at mineral clubs and educational institutions provide income streams while building reputation. Quality control systems prevent costly mistakes in evaluation and sales. Multiple confirmation methods ensure accurate identification before significant investment in certification or marketing. Conservative grading practices build buyer confidence and prevent returns or reputation damage. Record keeping for tax purposes becomes important as sales volume increases. Professional prospecting activities may qualify for business deductions, including equipment, travel, and educational expenses. Proper documentation supports tax reporting requirements. The legacy aspect creates long-term value beyond immediate monetary returns. Building comprehensive collections documents regional geology and provides educational resources. Donating exceptional specimens to museums or educational institutions creates lasting recognition while providing tax benefits. Succession planning ensures collection value preservation. Proper documentation assists heirs in understanding and marketing inherited collections. Professional appraisals establish estate values for tax and distribution purposes. Technology integration modernizes traditional prospecting approaches. GPS, tracking documents, productive locations with precision. Digital photography creates comprehensive specimen records. Database software organizes collection information and tracks market values over time. Future market trends suggest continued appreciation for natural, ethically sourced gems. Environmental concerns and synthetic alternatives increase demand for documented natural specimens. Climate change may affect access to traditional collecting areas, increasing value of existing collections. The compound effect of systematic prospecting and market awareness creates exponential value growth over time. Initial finds fund equipment upgrades and expanded exploration. Market knowledge improves selection and pricing decisions. Network development opens new opportunities and partnerships. Success metrics extend beyond immediate financial returns. Educational value gained through systematic prospecting provides lifelong benefits. Physical activity and outdoor exposure offer health advantages. Community connections created through shared interests provide lasting relationships. Remember, the most successful gem hunters combine passion for discovery with practical business understanding. The techniques you've learned today provide both pathways to success. Whether you prospect for pure enjoyment or serious profit potential, these skills ensure maximum return on your investment of time and effort. Closing and next steps. You now have the complete system professional prospectors use to identify genuine rubies, sapphires, and other precious gems in their natural state. But knowing the techniques is only the beginning. Success comes from consistent application and continued learning. The realistic expectation framework I want you to remember. Finding gem quality stones requires patience and persistence. You might discover interesting specimens immediately, but valuable gems typically reward dedicated searchers who return to productive areas repeatedly. It's not easy, but it's definitely possible, and the rewards make the effort worthwhile. Your immediate next steps should focus on 3 areas. First, acquire the basic testing equipment we discussed. You can assemble everything for under $50. Second, research legal collecting locations in your area using online resources and local mineral club contacts. Third, plan your first expedition to put these techniques into practice. The expansion pathway continues with advanced techniques I'll be covering in upcoming videos. Next week, we're exploring the specific geological formations where emeralds hide, including the secret locations most prospectors never discover. The following week covers diamond indicator minerals and how to read landscape features that point toward valuable deposits. Join our gem hunting community by subscribing and hitting the notification bell. You'll get immediate access to location updates, success stories, and advanced techniques as I release them. Comment below with your location, and I'll point you toward the best regional resources for your area. The professional development path includes connecting with local mineral clubs, attending gem and mineral shows, and building relationships with experienced collectors. These connections provide ongoing education and access to prime collecting locations not available to casual. That's how you'll find rubies and other precious gems in nature. The telltale signs are there waiting for you to recognize them. The locations exist within driving distance of most areas. The tools are affordable and the knowledge is now yours. Your next gem hunting adventure starts the moment you step outside with these new skills. Good luck, and I can't wait to see what you discover.